Good morning, everybody. I do that every week. Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful Friday here in Pagosa Springs. So we've had some rain threats in the afternoon, but I think they've been staying mostly up in the mountains. And so I think that's good news for our construction. And we have, as typically, Adair Christensen with CDOT here to join us today. Adair, we took a week off, so I know you have lots of information for us. So let's go.
All right, yes. And the rain in the mountains is a good thing. It didn't impact too many of our work operations over the last few weeks. As long as it's a trickle, crews can still be out there. What we're mainly worried about is safety as far as thunder and lightning storms. So they really monitor that, and sometimes work has to be stalled to allow those storms to pass. But as far as last week and continuing on into next Monday, we are doing a lot of utility work still. There's water utility work going on, electrical work, which I'd like to talk a little bit more about what that electrical work means, and some storm drain and wastewater work all going on from the 100 to 400 blocks. I was out on site last Friday, and there are multiple crews out working on different various locations and utilities throughout the work zone. And that's going to continue for the rest of the summer, and work is going to continue on Saturdays for the rest of the summer as well, as long as weather allows.
Okay. Well, we've certainly had some water shutoffs this past week, but my understanding is that they got fixed quickly and back on board. So there was very little downtime that affected a number of our businesses. So good news. Thank you to all the crews, including PAWS, that are working on those water lines and wastewater lines. So that's certainly very important. And I did see some large machinery being moved into the 400 block this week. So
yes, that's going to be for some of our wastewater utility work going on in the 400 block. And again, we are working closely with PAWS and the town, and any impacts we know of in advance are being communicated to those businesses and residences nearby. Sometimes unexpected impacts happen, but we will let the residents and business owners know as soon as we know about those impacts to their utilities. And if you haven't signed up yet for the construction newsletters or been in contact with our wonderful communications team, be sure to do so, especially if you're a downtown business owner, so we can communicate those impacts to you.
Okay. So this past week also, we've seen a couple more feather flags with business access going up. And we also, thanks to the crew at the tourism department, we've seen the little purple people coming up around town, directing pedestrian traffic on the safest and the locations of where to cross at the appropriate crosswalks. If you by chance find an area where you do not think that it is marked, please reach out to either myself or Jenny Green, and we will be happy to get that taken care of. Just tell us the exact location of where you feel that some signage needs to be directed, and we'll certainly look at that area. Jenny and her crew have all the little purple people signs ready to go up. There is more signage coming up, and we also have a very large poster board. So, and when I say poster board, I mean it's pretty big. It's a couple feet. We have those poster boards in key areas around town, and it indicates certainly the purple pedestrian signage, the business access signage. It has the scan code to get to the CDOT information, and also on that poster board is the parking, which has the parking lots as well as the bus routes. If your business is a high trafficked area and you would like a poster board, please contact Jenny Green at sales@visitpagosasprings.com, and she will be able to talk to you if we still have any available. But again, they are in major high traffic areas. If you, again, if your business can take one on and you have a high traffic area, especially some of you businesses on the west side, because again, once people get downtown, they've been able to maneuver and negotiate the parking. We'd like to get them before they come into town, so it makes it easier for them to locate the parking areas as well as the bus routes. So, and remember, the bus is free in June, so we've got bus service all throughout the month of June. Adair?
Oh, that's all great news, and we really appreciate the efforts going on with Visit Pagosa and the town to help with those pedestrian movements. And it really just reflects that the project team is, yes, tearing up the street, but we're also all here to assist you. And if you have any ideas on how to make the work zone more convenient to maneuver around, like Mary Jo suggested, please do reach out directly to Visit Pagosa or the project team, and we'll try to make those accommodations. Speaking of accommodations, there are some sections of sidewalk that are torn out, but the good news is there are temporary pathways or wooden bridges over those sections. So the sidewalks are not closed. We just have some temporary pathways in place to allow the crews to continue to work underneath the road and the sidewalk on utilities and pedestrians to walk on by. So that's really great. I'm sure if you've been downtown in the last few weeks, you've walked or seen some of those accommodations.
Yeah, I was going to say that's one of the rumors of the week is the sidewalks are closed. So they are not.
They are not.
As you pointed out.
Yeah, I kept hearing that rumor resurface, and so I had to take myself for a walk downtown last Friday, and the sidewalks were all open.
Yep.
I had a great stroll downtown, found a few new shops that I was very happy. I got a new cowboy hat from Lace and Lariat for rodeos this summer. So yeah,
and with that
opening, so.
Yeah, and so with that, Adair, I would also like to remind the downtown business community, the Chamber of Commerce did send out an email, I believe it was Wednesday, we are trying to gather data on the impact of the construction project on your sales. It will take you maybe a minute to fill it out. It's very quick. We are just trying to gather some data for historical purposes, as well as to present to Main Street, to the tourism department, to the town and the county, because we hear anecdotally of what business is doing, but we need a little bit more detail and data. If you could take 2 minutes and fill out that survey, we've had some great response. So thank you. If you are listening to this and you say, I didn't get it, please just email me at director@pagosachamber.com, and I will make sure that you get the link to that survey. It is also coming out in our updates and reminders, which comes out today, and we'll be sending out some social media posts to remind you to fill that out. Again, it's very quick. It's very generic. We're just trying to get a handle on the impact of sales tax. Interestingly enough, sales tax throughout the county was up for the month of April, which I would not have guessed that, but it was. So, but please take just 2 minutes and fill out that survey. It's really important for us to try and get that historical data of what the community, because we will see those blips. We want to have that data and that backup to explain in years to come. So that's what I have to add, Adair, today from the business standpoint.
All great news. Thank you for sharing, Mary Jo. And speaking of data and rumors, we did have some other rumors surface about law enforcement and speeders downtown, which I do believe there are speeders. It'd be kind of hard to speed through that work zone, though. It's a little tight in there. But we just wanted to reassure that the local law enforcement Pagosa Police Department is continuing to monitor traffic and do patrols and pull speeders over downtown. They just sent us some of their statistics since the project started, and there have been over 200 traffic stops in the downtown area. So speeders, watch out, follow those posted speed limits, especially in the work zone. And thank you to law enforcement for monitoring that to keep everyone safe downtown.
Great. And Adair, you quickly said that you had some information on electrical.
Yeah. So we are doing electrical conduit work downtown, but something to look forward to when this project is complete is some beautiful, new, and safe mid-block crossings. The fancy term for these crossings are rapid rectangular flashing beacons, but what that means for the general public is places where there aren't traffic signals and people still tend to cross a side street that's not signalized. CDOT's going to be putting up these specialized crosswalks which have flashing lights to alert motorists of pedestrians crossing the street. And when pedestrians get to that crossing area, they just have to push a button and it signalizes those lights to start, and then motorists will be able to slow down and see pedestrians crossing sooner than they typically would without those kind of lights. So a lot of that electrical work is going in to make those crosswalks happen. And those are going to be at 3 different locations downtown once this project is complete. They'll be near 3rd Street, 2nd Street, and 6th Street, just really helping to improve movement downtown as far as visitors and making it safer for everyone. So that's something to look forward to once this is complete.
That's great news. And just for our general public, we thank you. We were not on last week because the chamber certainly had a big activity last week. We had our hanging baskets come in. We still have just a few left if you're still interested. But otherwise, next week, because of the construction, we are not able to close off Lewis Street, but the chamber will be down in Yamaguchi Park for our 16th annual car show. So we will not be on with Friday Facts next week because we will be setting up for the car show, which happens on Friday evening beginning at 5 o'clock and will continue all day Saturday at Yamaguchi Park. We're really excited about this location. See, there is always a silver lining, even, through some trying times, but we're very excited about this new location in Yamaguchi Park. The cars will all be parked on, I think people were worried they were going to be parked on gravel. That's not the case. We'll have a park area behind there. We'll have bathrooms. We have play areas for kids. We'll have lots of food, lots of live music, lots of retail vendors. So please join us next week. We won't be here for Friday Facts, but come on out at 5 o'clock to the first showing of our cars at the 16th annual car show. So Adair, you get another week off next week.
That's great. Well, I will actually be camping at Williams Lake in Pagosa because my husband wants to go to that car show.
Okay.
So
well,
I'll see you in person, but not online.
Okay. Well, thank you so much again for joining us. We appreciate it. And thank you, everybody. Yesterday, as I was driving out of town, I did see someone jump the barrier, and head right on into the construction zone with a front loader coming in right behind him. So please be safe out there and just stay out of the construction zone. Please be safe out there.
Yes, stay safe and have a fun, fabulous weekend. And yeah, use those crosswalks. We've said it enough. Sometimes you can put up all the signs and barriers in the world, but there's still those people. So
exactly. Well, everybody have a great week. We'll see everybody, or a lot of people, we hope, at our car show next week. And as Adair and I both said, please be safe out there and have a great